Hello everyone. Today we're looking at the trait of writing organisation. We're going to learn how to research in an organised way, using a graphic organiser or a grid. You're also going to learn to take brief notes as you go to save yourself a lot of time and make sure that your work is original when you come to writing it up. The first thing you're going to need is a grid like this, with a column for your research questions and a row across the top for your sources. Once you've created your research questions, copy them into a box each on the left-hand side. So how do I research using my grid and take brief notes? Well, you go to Google and into the search box, type one of your questions. I'm going to type, what is the habitat of the eastern fiddler ray? And it gives me a list of links. I'm going to try clicking on the first one. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the first sentence of each paragraph, just quickly, because what I'm looking for is information that answers my question. Habitat and biology. That sounds promising. So I read, the eastern fiddler ray occurs from nearby areas to depths of 100 metres and inhabits shallow, soft substrate habitats and seagrass meadows. And then it goes on and talks about the size again. That's a lot of words and I don't want to write them all down. I just want to use the key words. I go back to my grid and instead of all of that, I write up to 100 metres deep, shallow, soft substrates and seagrass meadows. I keep the word substrate because it's a scientific word. However, I will make sure I look it up in an online dictionary so that I understand what it means. As I read through the text, I notice other information that is going to answer more of this question and also part of this question as well. But I don't record the whole sentence. I just write the key words. At the top of the document, there's also a bit of background information on the ray that I think would be really useful to use in my introduction. There's a space from that on your grid as well. The information I think would be most helpful is that the ray is a common species, that it's often caught by fishing trawlers and it's usually released when caught. It can be eaten, but it usually isn't. I've used key words there to describe everything that is written here that I think is important for the reader. You'll notice that I didn't find any information on how rays behave in this source. That's okay. I actually didn't type that question into my search. Next time I come back to work on my work, I might do that. After I typed that question in and found a useful website, I would insert it under source 2. I'd note the author and the date of publication. That's the date it was published to the internet. And I'd write the information in that box. But you don't need to do all of your sources today. If you're having trouble taking brief notes and you're tempted to copy what's on your screen and paste it into your grid, I have a trick that will help you. What you need to do is, after you finish reading a section of relevant information, you need to be strong, you need to be brave, and you need to look away from the information source. That might mean minimizing it on your desktop. That allows you to use your brain as a filter to get rid of all of those extra little details that are not important to the main idea you just read. Whatever comes to mind when you go to type into that box will be briefer than if you have the text open in front of you. So now it's your turn. Grab your grid, open a browser, grab a search tool like Google, and off you go. Enjoy your work.